Let's vote now.
I recognize the member for Roster and Shellbrook.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I would like to take a moment to congratulate you on your election as Speaker, as well as I'd like to congratulate the member from Last Mountain Touchwood on his acclamation as Deputy Speaker. I would also like to congratulate all returning and newly elected members on both sides of the House. And Mr. Speaker, I would like to tell you what an honour and a privilege it is to address the Assembly here today. Having this opportunity, as I'm sure my colleagues would agree, is the culmination of hard work and commitment of not just ourselves, but our campaign teams and our families. I might mention that this same effort and commitment was also required for those individuals and teams that were not successful, and I'd like to acknowledge those efforts as well. Mr. Speaker, Roster and Shellbrook is geographically a very large, as well as a primarily rural constituency. The stability of agriculture and tourism, as well as the strength of the people and the businesses that service these and other industries, is resulting in growth of the Roster and Shellbrook constituency. Tourism alone generated over $15 million in revenue and employed about 750 people in the last year in our region. The reduction of small business tax, as well as a decrease in the education portion of the property tax, are positive changes for our business climates in Roster and Shellbrook. By funding programs like the Agri-Invest, Agri-Stability, and crop insurance at the outset each year, as well as providing relief for those that experience disaster events, this government has provided a more secure environment for our agricultural producers to operate in. Mr. Speaker, small business and agriculture are part of the spinal cord of our economy, not just where I live, but across this great province. This government's commitment to debt reduction and competitive taxes, while continuing to invest in agriculture, is conducive to continued growth for not only our constituency, but our entire province. Hear, hear. Mr. Speaker, I firmly believe that when you live in a community, you need to give back some time and some effort to maintain and improve facilities and programs that are available. In other words, leave things just a little bit better than you found them. Throughout my travels these past months, I am happy to report that Saskatchewan people in the Roster and Shellbrook constituency are extremely busy volunteering their time and expertise to all types of different projects that benefit not only their community, but the residents within. Whether it's upgrading local arenas, working to maintain health professionals, building a park, general economic development, or seniors conducting a major cash lotto to upgrade and improve their halls, such as the case in Blaine Lake. Mr. Speaker, while we are discussing seniors, I would like to discuss my first public engagement as a newly elected MLA. Each year, the Lions Club in Spiritwood organizes a Seniors Appreciation Supper that I was asked to attend. That evening, it was asked how many years this event has been happening. After much discussion, it was determined that it had been an annual event for 31 years. I said it that night, and I'll say it again here today. To organize a supper each year to honour the people that built your community that you now live in speaks volumes as to the depth and the integrity of the people in Spiritwood. I am sure many here today can speak to similar events that happen in communities all across this province. Our ability to come together as individuals within a community and communities within this province is something that sets us apart and makes Saskatchewan strong and great. I would be remiss if I did not discuss rural health care, as our constituency has 3 towns, Spiritwood, Shellbrook and Rostern, that offer medical care and service to residents and to neighbouring communities, while facing a common rural challenge of ensuring the appropriate complement of health care professionals. This challenge is not unique to my constituency or to our province, and it did not transpire over a few months. although sometimes the resulting change in services makes it seem that way. The challenge of rural health care is a result of many years of not training sufficient replacement numbers of medical professionals locally here in our province. Our government has increased the number of seats for physicians, as well as created the central recruitment agency known as the Physician Recruitment Agency of Saskatchewan. There's been a large initiative taken to recruit and retain physicians, nurses, and other healthcare professionals. Additional measures in the 5-point plan, such as the forgiveness of student loans for healthcare professionals that choose to relocate to rural areas, the STARS Air Ambulance Service, as well as the formation of a 20-physician locum pool, are truly appreciated by the rural people in this province. This is in addition to initiatives that benefit all of Saskatchewan residents, such as our commitment to lowering surgery wait times to 3 months by 2014, construction of a new Saskatchewan hospital in North Battleford, and a new children's hospital in Saskatoon. I look forward to working with our government, the good people of Roster and Shelburne, and the people of Saskatchewan as we continue to build rungs in the ladder to climb our way to success regarding Saskatchewan healthcare and keep our province moving forward. I would like to talk about just one of the reasons why I chose to apply to the constituents of Roster and Shelburne for the honour of representing them here in this Assembly. It involved a discussion on future career plans with my son and a few of his friends as they neared the end of their grade school education. My son indicated to me that he was thinking of entering engineering at the University of Saskatchewan, and he was wondering where he could live and work upon completion. And I proudly explained to him that you could live and work anywhere you like, New York, Vancouver, Toronto, and so on. His face dropped a little, and he asked if he could live and work here, where he grew up, in Shelburne. His wish is my example of why we need strong growth and opportunity in our province. This will enable us to retain the most important and valuable natural resource that we have, which is our youth. This government's commitment to implementing the Saskatchewan Advantage Scholarship, the Saskatchewan Advantage Grant for Education Savings, along with the already functioning graduate retention program, will enable many of our students that are from here and to allow them to choose careers that will allow them to be here. None of us were able to get here on our own, and I was no exception to this, as we had a superb campaign team and countless people volunteer their time throughout the past few months. We had a great mixture of youth and experience. Mr. Speaker, for many of us, it was our first campaign, and to have people available with the level of experience and dedication they each possess was truly appreciated. It was an honour for me to be associated with so many hardworking individuals. Bevra, Lyle, Les, Richard, Ann, Keith, Heather, Jason, Tanya, Darren, Lanny, Harold, Ruth, Dave, Grant, Tanya, and I will miss many, I know. To each of you and all the others, words cannot truly express my gratitude, but thank you. Mr. Speaker, the decision to venture down the road that leads to this chamber is a commitment that is made by families, not by individuals. And I'm sure many will concur that without the full support and agreement of your family, the decision is over before it begins. I would like to thank my mother and father for always being supportive and available when I needed them. My mother has always encouraged me to keep life's events in perspective, and this was especially helpful the last few months. My father is one of the most hardworking, genuine, unjudgmental people that I have ever met. He has always allowed each of us kids to choose what we were interested in, and then he supported us wholeheartedly. My parents, along with my wife's father and her late mother, have been a tremendous influence on both Krista and I. We are thankful for the family values, the work ethic, and most notably the integrity that has always been displayed and encouraged by both of them. I would also like to thank my son, Carter, and daughter, Taryn, for all their support over the last months. Children give up some time with their parents so that we may come to serve publicly in this Assembly. This is a sacrifice on their part, and it's one that I definitely appreciate. I would like to thank my wife of over 18 years, Krista. When we made the decision that I would run for this position, I was very fortunate to have her full support. This was extremely evident over the past year, and I am forever thankful for the person that she is. Lastly, I would like to thank all of the people in Roster and Shelburne. These last few months have been a tremendous opportunity for me to purposely travel the entire constituency and meet many, many, many people. I can't help but feel that many of these communities and the people in them have been a part of my upbringing. I'm truly humbled with the support that they gave me and honored to represent them to represent all the good people of Roster and Shelburne. Mr. Speaker, this past election, the people of Roster and Shelburne gave me their approval to represent them with a 4-year lease on this seat in this Assembly. These people voted to move forward with myself, this team, our Premier, and the Saskatchewan Advantage Growth Plan. The people from Roster and Shelburne constituency agree with the present government's vision, and I quote from the throne speech, that Saskatchewan will be the best place in Canada to live, to work, to start a business, to get an education, to raise a family, and to build a life, end quote. It is for these reasons, on behalf of all the constituents of Roster and Shelburne, that I will be supporting the motion to move the throne speech. Thank you. Hear, hear.